Satu masalah yang saya miliki dengan Genio ini dan mayoritas skuter di Indonesia adalah kapasitas bensinnya. Kapasitas bensinnya itu terlalu kecil baik dibanding dengan motor konvensional atau bahkan untuk peruntukan motor ini sendiri. Let me ramble on about it and tell you why that may be. Oke, let's set the stage first. Menurut BPS, di 2023, warga kelas pekerja di Jabodetabek komuter sekitar 20 km satu arah 5 kali seminggu. 20 times 2 times 5, that is 200 kilometers every week on average. Surveinya tidak memberi kisaran jarak untuk orang yang komuter di atas 60 km, so that's one inaccuracy. Juga 200 km hanya jarak PP kerja, tidak termasuk kegiatan lain seperti rekreasi atau komuter di luar kerja, misal jemput anak atau belanja bulanan. Jadi bisa dibilang bahwa 200 km itu range motor minimum untuk konsumen Jabodetabek jika kamu asumsi bahwa mereka hanya ingin pergi ke SPBU tiap minggu. Dan untuk perbandingan ini, kita ambil motor seperti Scoopy. Karena itu motor paling umum di Indonesia dan on paper, kapasitas bensin dan konsumsi BBM-nya nggak terlalu jauh dari motor skuter lain seperti Genio dan Beat, so seems like a good baseline. Dengan kapasitas bensin 4,2 liter dan keiritan sekitar 61,3 km per liter menurut MID, Scoopy punya range maksimum sekitar 257 km. Kalau kita paksa, saya tahu ada orang yang nyaman saja bawa motor sampai tersedak-sedak, tapi ku yakin mayoritas orang akan setuju bahwa enaknya punya seperempat dari tangki masih penuh kalau misalnya kejebak macet berat atau harus keluar pas darurat atau misalnya jalan yang biasa dipakai tutup dan kita harus mengitar jauh. So, seperempat dari 4,2 liter itu 1,05 liter, jadi range aman Scoopy dan mayoritas skuter matic di Indonesia itu lebih mendekati 193 km. 257 was already cutting it pretty close considering heavy traffic in Jakarta. And 193 is not meeting our requirements, but that's still very good fuel economy, don't get me wrong. That is a good number, good results for performance-wise. It's not quite enough to meet our estimates, but still way good enough if you don't mind getting fuel like twice a week, or especially if your commute isn't 40 kilometers back and forth. But mine isn't. My commute is 50 kilometers back and forth. I would like to minimize the amount of time I spend at the gas station, obviously, as everyone would. And that's where the big gas tank really shines in. This is a CBR 150. It's marketed to the Indonesian community as sort of a city bike that can handle a bit of sporty riding. Dia punya tangki 12 liter dengan konsumsi BBM 50 km per liter, menurut joki 50 kg. Jadi dalam teori, motor ini bisa tempuh 600 km dalam sekali isi. Tapi saya suka ninggalin 4 liter dalam tangki buat jaga-jaga. Jadi 400 km itu range yang lebih realistis buat kehidupan hari-hari. Itu sudah 2 kali range dari Scoopy hipotetikal kita atau Genio saya, dan perbedaannya itu terasa jelas. Karena di mana Genio itu habis sepertiga dari tangki dengan hanya pulang pergi kuliah sekali, CBR ini saya itu bisa bawa buat bulan kuliah yang umum dan cuma ngisi bensin tiap 2 atau 3 minggu. Saya bisa bawa motor ini PP di antara Depok dan Jatinangor, lalu pas pulang masih cukup banyak bensin buat seminggu kuliah. It's great. It's very nice to have that much gas sitting beneath your legs. Well, between your legs. One problem I will say about having a bigger tank is that it does add weight to the motorcycle. But the difference between an empty tank and a full tank is 12 liters. That's a little under 12 kilograms. My bag back when I was in middle school was way more than 12 kilograms, I'll tell you. You do not notice that when you're on the move. A Harley rider couldn't notice 500 extra kilos on his motorcycle when he's moving. You will not notice an extra 12 liters of fuel in your fuel tank once you start moving. So I'd say that's not an issue for me, especially since that means I don't have to go wait in line at the gas station quite as often, which is nice. Jadi secara fungsional, tangki yang agak besar dibanding kapasitas mesinnya itu lebih enak dibawa. Jadi ngapa mayoritas skutik di Indonesia, bahkan yang dipasarkan sebagai motor semi-touring, masih memiliki tangki yang begitu kecil dibanding motor konvensional dengan cc yang sama? Menurut saya alasan utama adalah marketing, karena akhirnya pas kita mau desain produk, engineering follows marketing because it is marketing's job to determine the goals in which the engineers are supposed to, engineer towards. Dan itu termasuk hal-hal seperti kriteria mesin, kapasitas dari bensinnya, dimensi dari motornya, and other stuff like that. And the cat is sleeping on my script, so we're going off script for the rest of this video. Dan saat menentukan tujuan desain, pertanyaan pertama adalah untuk siapa dan untuk apa produk ini. Misal skutik, siapa yang pakai skutik? Orang perkotaan. Untuk apa orang perkotaan pakai skutik? Supaya kendaraan A to B dan nggak banyak selain itu. Skutik itu adalah motor fungsi tunggal dan fungsi tunggal itu menjadi pedoman untuk sisa desain motornya. Lalu kita banding itu dengan motor sport. Motor seperti CBR, R15, Gixxers. Ini motor punya dua fungsi. Sebagai motor harian di dalam kota sebagai motor A to B, tapi juga sebagai motor sport, motor yang bisa dibawa untuk jalan yang agak fun riding, buat bawa ke sirkuit kapan-kapan. Motor ini dirancang untuk segmen yang memiliki dua fungsi, alias ini motor fungsi. Dan untuk memenuhi tujuan tersebut, motor ini punya banyak konsiderasi desain yang berbeda dengan skutik. Misal, tangki besar, karena kamu perlu banyak bensin buat mainan di sirkuit atau buat sport riding. That's why this thing has such a gigantic tank, because no one wants to stop to refuel when you're out on the twisties with your friends. This is a buzzkill. But at the same time, we don't really mind losing baggage space if it means we get more fuel, because that means more fun in a single trip. Meanwhile, the average city commuter, they would like some baggage space. The baggage space is nice. You get to store your bags there, you get to store your raincoats there, and all sorts of junk. So they don't mind losing a little bit of fuel capacity, going to the gas station a little bit more often, if it means they get more baggage space. So ultimately, it's not that the design is flawed, it's just flawed for me because I am not the typical customer that they design automatic scooters for. So you could say that my problems with the Genio is mostly because of me having different desires than the average consumer that they thought about. The average consumer that they thought about, they wouldn't really mind going to the gas station more than once a week. Well, I do. I would like a bigger gas tank. That's why I mostly ride this and not the Genio. And on a side note, I think this rule of design that you have to compromise on one aspect in order to gain on another aspect, since it's really hard to make something that's just generally all around better without making it extraordinarily expensive for something, is the whole reason why sports scooters never really took off in Indonesia. It's still kind of a niche, even though the NMAX and the Vario 160 is really popular with the Aerox as well. But the problem with sports scooters to me is that they try to be both segments at the same time. They try to be both a urban scooter and a sport bike. But the problem is the things that make these things good in their respective fields also kind of conflict with each other. If you want to be a good urban scooter, you have to have soft shocks, you have to have a flexible frame, you have to have a big baggage space. And that just makes it a poor sport bike because now you have really awkward handling and you have a body that's way chubbier than it needs to be. Vice versa, in order to be a good sport bike, these scooters will need rigid frames and hard shocks, which makes them really uncomfortable city bikes because now you feel every bump on the road. But that's what you need to be a good sport bike, because good sport bikes need consistent, stiff handling. So at the end of the day, you want a motorcycle that takes the best of both worlds, but consequently, that also means taking the worst of both worlds at the same time, which you think people wouldn't buy, but well, here's the segment, and I guess it's actually pretty interesting. I actually do like the looks of the motorcycle in this class, and I'm generally kind of upset that it isn't more popular. I would like to see more. I want to know what people could get up to if it wasn't just, Honda and Yamaha were the only one making it. Jadi untuk menyimpulkan video ini, bisa dibilang bahwa mayoritas masalah saya dengan desain skutik itu karena memang saya bukan target konsumen dari perusahaan-perusahaan ini. Dan kalau kamu ingin motor yang lebih fokus pada kesederhanaan dan ukuran bagasi di atas range atau performa, maka kamu akan lumayan mudah cari motor yang memenuhi keinginan kamu karena itu mayoritas skutik di Indonesia. Sedangkan kalau kamu ingin motor yang lebih fokus pada range, pada performa, kamu lebih gampang untuk cari motor sport atau motor yang konvensional, because these guys have a design which I think you'll find more optimal. Kecuali kalau kamu nggak keberatan modif, because that's always an option. There's plenty of companies who sell oversized tanks for scooters and pannier racks for sport bikes. That's always an option to install modifications on your bikes. Motorcycles are like shoes. It's really nice to find one that comes right out of the box, perfect for you, but that's rarely a thing. And if it isn't a thing, then there's nothing wrong with modifying it, as that's a thing that you can always do. And one more thing, I would like to hear about you guys. I want to hear how you guys feel about the design of scooters in Indonesia. What is it that you would like to see change and sort of like the general design trends of scooters in Indonesia? Let me know in the comments and tell me what you feel about like sports scooters because I think they're really interesting. But what about you guys? Do you want to see this sort of like advanced? Do you want to see more underbone automatic scooters from more companies? Let me know in the comments. I would like to know. And I'll see you later.